My name is Benton Stokes. I'm a former fundamentalist, post-evangelical worship leader, and songwriter. I enjoy wry Manhattans, roller coasters, and road trips, just not all at the same time.
I'm Elaine O'Rourke, and I'm a teacher, an author, and a spiritual coach. I was a philosophy professor and a liberal pastor in a couple of former lives, and these days I love aha moments and not so dry martinis.
We have conversations about life and God with a queer perspective, over cocktails, like you. This is Cocktail Theology. Today's cocktail is called the Contessa.
Okay.
And it is a Negroni riff.
I do like me a Contessa, and I do like me a Negroni, so
Hey.
this all sounds good.
Nothing wrong with it.
Mm-hmm.
So it bumps up the gin a bit.
Oh.
I know, it's usually equal parts, but this one favors gin. It replaces... I know. It replaces sweet vermouth with dry vermouth.
Okay.
And Campari with Aperol.
Did you know, I discovered today that Aperol is owned by and made by Campari.
Interesting. Because we use those interchangeably. Like, we use Aperol instead of Campari all the time.
Yeah, but owned by. I like the scent. It smells really good.
Oh, wow.
There's more that herb from the dry
You're getting,
vermouth.
yeah, it's definitely
really
getting
good.
the herbal that
Okay.
you don't usually get in a Negroni. That's nice.
Okay, there's nothing wrong with that.
No, nothing wrong with it.
I wonder, like, how it would be with something like St. George Terroir or something that really has that herb. That'd be kind of amazing to really pull that up.
That would be amazing to pull that up.
Well, I guess we'll have to try it again then sometime.
I guess we will.
So, I want to talk about money.
So you want to talk about money?
I do want to talk about money. And I want to talk about it in front of people. So the conversation that just like caused sweat on your brow, that one's... No, I'm totally kidding. No. I've been thinking about my own relationship with money.
Okay.
I'm not going to project that you have similar relationships with money, but I will say one thing that I think is true of both of us. Neither of us has made career choices based on the amount of money we would make.
Exactly right.
That automatically puts us in a separate category from people who did make career choices based on that. Mm-hmm. So I'm going to throw us into that, and then everything else you're on your own for how you feel about stuff.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
I have known for a very long time that my relationship with money... Notice the way that we talk about this. Relationship with money. Mm-hmm. The way I think about money and the way I try to make sense of money are very much shaped by a combination of humility and my understanding of what it is to be faithful.
Ah, yeah.
Over the many, many years of my life, I've tried to figure out why I think what I think about it. Like, I've literally talked about this with therapists and with financial advisors and, Claude and, whatever. And I've come to the conclusion that my connection with money is very much tied to my upbringing, but also to my understanding of what it is to be a decent human being in the world. Whether that's good, bad, or indifferent, that's definitely what's formed it. And what is interesting to me as I get older is how much more I care about money now that I've got more money.
Interesting, yeah.
Than I ever did when I didn't have money.
Right.
And part of that is the difference between age and youth.
Yes.
No question. Mortality and the slow decline mortality is way more obvious when you're older.
Yeah.
But it's also, I think, having been partnered with people over time and having had a child and all those things, that has shaped my understanding of money from a totally microeconomic point of view, right? Macroeconomics are a whole other thing, although they're tied. Anyway, so all of that is going through my head.
Okay, yeah.
And part of the reason it's going through my head is as we live through a time where the dispersal of money is so radically, crazily, like just insane.
Yes.
That all I can think of is like pharaohs and slaves. You know what I mean? I don't know. I've just got all of this going through my head about what is a right relationship with money.
Yeah.
What should we be thinking about as people who want to love God, love neighbor, love self. I throw that out to you for you to do whatever you want with.
Yeah. I grew up with a mom that did a lot with a little in terms of money. But she also was very aware of how we presented ourselves, like at church or the clothes that my sister and I wore to school. She grew up with nothing. And I think that whenever there was money, her inclination or her compulsion was to buy things for us that we wouldn't ordinarily be able to afford.
Right. It was a treat because the money had come in.
Because it was there.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I've seen that behavior from my mother throughout my entire life.
Right.
So those kinds of financial behaviors, or the ways, spending behaviors, I guess, that were modeled to me, I don't think I got a really sound relationship or a realistic, maybe, idea of what it means to have money, spend money, save money, lose money, until I was well into adulthood.
Right.
It took losing a job or two. I was downsized. Then I went through divorce. Then I started a business out of something that felt a little desperate. Like I didn't feel like I had many other options when I was presented with the opportunity. So then I was like, I think, grasping at money, and I was paying child support, and money was going out everywhere, and I was working 3 jobs, and I could not keep up with all of it. And so many people live that way. So many people live that way all their lives. Like, really. So I accrued a lot of debt, and I think if I had learned earlier on, and this is not I'm not blaming anybody for this, but if I had learned earlier on the importance of saving and investing, maybe some of this would have worked out a little differently for me. I think there were things that I said yes to that I would have said no to, and things I said no to that I would have said yes to if I had had the knowledge. But getting back to the question that you were posing, money can master you when you have a lot of it or when you have none of it.
Yes. It's not the amount that masters you.
No. The fear of losing it or the fear of not having enough.
Right.
That fear
Yes.
is the thing.
Yes. I no longer hear much about appropriate amounts of money. When you choose to become a pastor, it totally depends upon your denomination or lack thereof.
Yeah.
What the expectations of pastoral salaries are.
Sure, yeah.
When I was a pastor, I was fairly compensated. And I knew people who were doing essentially the same job I was for 1/4 of what I was making. And I was not making outrageous amounts of
you weren't
money.
getting rich doing that.
The argument for pastors earning only small amounts of money was one of 2 things. One, that's what the congregation could afford. And the other was that you're doing the work of the Lord.
Right.
And I admit there is a piece of me, it's a small piece, there's a piece of me that says you should not be getting rich off of tending people's souls.
Yeah.
Now, I don't know why I think that. Like, I've really worked over the years to figure out why in the heck do I think that? But I think there's something about the barefoot monk thing that, with the begging bowl. And what's interesting is you have in Eastern religions, you have in Western religions, that the barefoot monk with the begging, or the barefoot rabbi with the begging bowl is a thing, right? And it comes from a time when we believe, actually this goes back to a conversation we had recently, where we believed there was something important about someone who depended upon others and pursued holiness.
Yes.
It has to be both.
Yes.
We no longer believe that by and large. But there's a part of me that says there's something right about that. That there's something right about vows of chastity, poverty, obedience, that kind of thing. Not because the vows are important, but because it refocuses what your attention's on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
At the same time, there was at the time, and I don't remember whether it was the UCC or the UMC, I don't remember which church I was in at the moment, but the standard was that a pastor should make what an elementary school teacher makes. Which just led me to say, elementary school teachers are not paid enough.
Not nearly enough.
And elementary school teachers rarely get called at 2 a.m. because a child didn't come home.
Right.
Rarely.
Right.
Now, that's not to say anything about elementary school teachers, but that weirdness of parity, that understanding that these things are comparable jobs.
Right.
Not because they're not comparable, but because it tells us what we think about money.
It tells us what we think about money.
And just that whole... So as a result, I am now in by far the most lucrative job I've ever had in my life. By far. Outstripping everything else. I am aware that I disdain much of what we do. And that if anybody who pays me ever listened to our podcast, I'd be fired. Now, and I know that, and I get that. But there's a part of me that feels like, dang it. It is not right that I am earning this for doing what I do. When, and this is the key, when there are people who are scrambling to feed their children.
Yeah.
Now, yes, I can give money away, which I do. Yes, I can support other people, which I do. There's all those things. But there's a part of me that just gets so outraged over the idea that I should get paid well because I make money for somebody else. It's like the NBA. You can get paid well because you make money for somebody else.
Yeah.
That's what you get paid for.
Yeah.
You get paid for how much money you can make for somebody else.
That's right.
That's so screwed up.
It's really messed up, yeah.
All right, so maybe it's not my relationship with money that's a problem. It's my relationship with capitalism.
Ah, yes.
Okay, that could be it. All right, so going back to the practical stuff you talked about earlier. I was reared in a single-parent home. And one of the things I think my mom did really well was that I understood money from very young.
Yeah.
And I was not afraid we wouldn't have enough. I was aware of what we had could buy.
Okay.
Which is different.
Yes.
So for me, it was, I understood the sacrifices my mom made. I understood what my role was, making the choices I made, cleaning the house, doing the cooking so she could do the other things. I understood that as an economic system.
Yes.
Right? I had a checking account by the time I was 11 because I was working by the time I was 11. But I understood the basics of money, the in and out, very young. Didn't learn about investing, didn't learn about that stuff. But I understood how credit worked. I understood how all that worked. I think that has made me a thoughtful consumer and a thoughtful purchaser, if not I'm going to make sure I've got enough when I get old.
Yeah.
Person.
Yeah.
Right? But when I start getting nervous about whether I'm going to have enough when I get old, I start feeling guilty that I'm worried that I might not have enough when I get old. I have such weird conflicting feelings about, it isn't about money, it's about my attachment to it. It's like, okay, I'm sorry, I need to go meditate now. Hold on, I need to detach from money. You know what I mean? It's like all of that training just goes whoosh, I don't know.
Yeah.
Feel free to analyze, ask questions, or reflect as you wish. Listeners, I would love to hear whether other people have these kinds of thoughts about money, or whether it's really about, for you, whether it's about, do I have enough money to retire? Do I have enough money to pay for rent? Am I being paid appropriately? I would love to know what crazy thoughts hit you on the day that you actually realize you are making enough money. I'm
not that far off from quote unquote retirement age, whatever that means.
Whatever the heck.
But the thing is that I don't really ever, I'm not looking forward to retirement in that way. I want to always be engaged. Right. I always want to be creating. Right. I always want to be doing stuff.
Right.
And I think because of the career choices I have made throughout my life, because I've changed lanes many times, money isn't really a huge factor in that.
Right.
Like, generally speaking, I don't decide what I want to be spending most of my time doing based on how much they're going to pay me to do it.
Right.
I'm not rich, but I have enough.
Mm-hmm.
I'm glad that I didn't make all the choices in my life centered around how much money I was going to make and making sure that I had enough, whatever that means, in big old quotes, because I would have missed a lot. You know, working in ministry, as you mentioned, is not lucrative.
For most people.
Being a songwriter is not lucrative.
For most people.
For most people. Working in hospitality, generally speaking, not lucrative.
Just not lucrative.
But I think at this point in my life, I know what my gifts are. I think I know where I can use them effectively to make a living. And I'm not doing just one thing. I mean, I'm like most creatives that I know, I'm cobbling together other, a number of
people,
things.
Frankly.
And these days, most people.
One of the differences between you and me is you trust that somehow it's going to work out in a way that I absolutely do not. I have zero trust in that. I feel like it's me and God. Everybody else, untrustworthy. God, totally trustworthy. Me,
yes,
pretty damn trustworthy.
Yeah.
Everybody else, forget it.
Forget it.
And I think that you don't carry the world in that way.
I don't.
Right?
I don't. But I think it was that decade that I spent getting into and out of debt.
Right.
And co-parenting teenage kids and navigating identity stuff.
Yeah.
And I mean, it was all of that.
Right.
So to come out on this side of it, I mean, that taught me so much.
Right.
I remember having this constant prayer during some of that season. It was just like, God, I just want enough to pay my bills. It was right before I went into debt counseling, and that changed everything. And I mean, I got to a point where I was so desperate, I called them in the Phoenix airport. Right. And I was like, I'm doing this right now. Like, I can't think about this another second.
Right.
But it took so much for me to get there, and I think that a lot of what did it was just me thinking about my kids and the kind of financial behavior that I want to model for them.
Yes.
And I can tell you that now, if I buy anything, not just now, for the last 20 years, if I buy something for my kids, they thank me. If I treat them to dinner, they thank me. They recognize that it costs something.
Right.
They saw me living in my parents' basement and working 3 jobs and making sure that they got what they needed. And I never complained. I never badmouthed their mother. None of that ever happened. And I was laser focused on making sure that they had everything they needed, and that when they were with me, they weren't stressing about, can Dad afford this?
But you also weren't spending extravagantly.
I was not.
But that's the other piece of this, right? Your whatever guilt, I'm just going to say divorce guilt, right? Wasn't, and that means we're going to go to Dollywood every time you're, you know what I mean?
No.
But that's so important. So they got your attention. They completely got your attention when you were with them. And you weren't kvetching about money, but you were thoughtful about it and I'm guessing to some degree, you're not terribly transparent about money, but I can imagine you're being to some degree transparent about money with them. They actually got an education in a way that you didn't get about the shape of money. That makes a lot of sense to me.
Right. All of that informs how I think about money now.
Right.
Yeah.
I really, really do want to hear from my listeners. I think that a couple of things are good takeaways for folks. One is that trust matters.
Yes.
Transparency matters. It is good to think in terms of savings, investing, etc. Trust does not mean handing off the responsibility to other people.
Right.
It does mean doing what you need to do in order to care for yourself and those you love.
Yes.
And the other piece that I think is fair and correct me, is that a practice of giving is good.
It is.
And the more you have, the more comfortable you are. I'm going to say this. I don't know if you'd agree with it. The more comfortable you are, the more giving is good.
Yeah.
Does that all seem fair?
Yes, it does.
It doesn't solve any of my problems because I still think that I should be a barefoot monk with a bowl. But we'll go with this for now.
Yeah. Yeah. Listeners, get in touch. Cocktailtheology.com is where we are. And please like, share, and subscribe wherever you're listening to us right now.
Yes, please. And please, yeah. And like specifically tell people, like share particular episodes with people who might find it helpful or interesting. That's how people get totally addicted to the sound of Benton's voice. Till next time.
Is that it?
That's how some people do. We need more drinks before we can talk about why I am. But yeah, till next time.
Till next time.
Bye.
Funny how the view can change, how life just seems to rearrange itself, no matter what it was. I don't know how it goes, but look, moving on feels pretty good. Moving on feels pretty good.
If you enjoyed this episode, please give us a like and hit subscribe wherever you're listening right now. We welcome your comments, questions, and ideas for conversations and for cocktails. Please get in touch with us at our website, cocktailtheology.com. Cocktail Theology is a production of SFS. Our theme song is Moving On Feels Pretty Good, recorded by yours truly, Benton Stokes. You can find my music wherever you stream your favorite artists. Join us next Thursday for another new episode.